smart law meridian and smart elets and smart food and smart speakers have already done, and probably slight smart sleepiness will be also there. So let us smartly wake up, and the smart 6 minutes will make you different. The smart DCR presentation for automation of building plan approvals. I am architect Siva, and he is Giridhar, our CTO. We represent Vinza Solutions from Chennai. Yeah. So we had come across, as an architect, we had come across the way that building plan approvals and the user and the government and the planning authorities, in the middle as an architect, as a designer, or as a licensed surveyor, or as a civil engineer, we have come across some difficult parts which had an intention for us to automate this. And 25 years back, we started this, our organization, Vinza Solutions, and we had an opportunity to automate regularization process in Tamil Nadu. That was the first initiation that we could able to, when the government announces you can regularize your deviated building, everybody jumped into that, and many files have been piled up, and there was a situation they couldn't handle it. So we as an architectural company, we walked in and said, we had a tool, we will repair your buildings and give your assistance for planners to give approvals. That is how we started. So then it on a court case, on a public writ case, it has been quashed. Then we represented the government again when we were able to repair the building plans. Why not we propose the buildings on automation? So that was the birth of Smart DCR, and it was timely tested. And for the past, from 2002, we are present in Tamil Nadu with Chennai Metropolitan Development Authority. And recently, we have been totally present in Directorate of Town and Country Planning, and then Trichy Corporation and Madurai Corporation. And recently, we are in Delhi, Greater Noida, and last week, we have taken up Mysore Development Authority. And we are sure we'll be with all of you. So that with that confidence, this Smart DCR helps you on the automation of building plan bylaws, online submission. Actually, I thank Mr. Rao. He is complimenting our product, and I could able to meet Mr. Sona, who are an earlier user. And in that sense, when you observe this particular thing, we are going quickly, smartly for you to understand. You're all smart people. When you see this number 6, that was the manual scrutiny process time, which was reduced by our Smart DCR product. The rest of the things are all the same. When you apply, you have to submit your legal document, you have to submit your as on-site condition, and then other processes are the same. So we identified the area where we can reduce by automation is that pink number 6. Now you see the 6 is being reduced, and there is a greater advantage. More than 80% we reduce the time on that. And overall of planning approval, it is 30% reduced. So in what way this automation is going to help? There are 2 reasons. One is the smart way to accept this, because there is a transition happening. Previously, architects were holding a rotary pencil and a pen, and then we started holding the keyboards. So there was a transition and there was a resistance, and we have been transformed. And similarly, with the government, with the planners, and with the user, and somebody was asking about a single window system. And I normally, as a fun, I used to say, the single window system is nothing but one liaison officer. The single window system, he carries the file between the department and between the client. And whatever he says becomes the God's word for the client. Though you as a technologist, as a planner, whatever you claim, the client never accepts it. So I always say that, and we from Vinza always conduct a kiosk running training to the public, because the public never submit the whole document properly. Even I am challenging you, go back home, take about your asset, check your list of file, you'll be missing anything too. That too only the planners will be referring, the delay happens. So we felt that in automation, the scrutiny of drawing, if you make it quicker, at least the client go back to the architect for a revisal of a drawing. In case a setback has been deviated, the architect will claim based on his creativity that it has to be done. But his creativity cannot be put into place like this law meridian unless otherwise the government or the planning body approves it. So the particular Smart DCR helps you on that, and Giri will tell the process here.
So the architects or the licensed surveyors first submit the drawing in digital format. We say DWG, so you could use any software but give the drawing in DWG format, and it goes through a pre-check process wherein if there are any discrepancies in the drawings go back to the applicant for correction and comes back, and in the scrutiny process data is extracted from the drawings compared with the bylaws, and a report of compliance is generated which is used by the planners to give an approval. This is a simple process we automated, and later.
One second.
Yeah.
Generally, there will be a question of any user as an architect or a designer. This is one, now everybody uses CAD. In most of the offices, you can't find a drafting board. It has already become an antique property. And in a CAD, it is required only a DWG file. See, some of you can understand that this particular smart DCR doesn't require any special or prerequisite software or tailor-making is not necessary. Any architect has got a CAD software at his office. He creates a drawing with some elements. So those elements will be automatically read through by our prerequisite conditions of following certain color and layers. As simple as that. Every architect fixes up a wall as a color and window as a color or a ceiling as a color. So that is to be defined to suit this product. That is all needed. You can submit any DWG file.
Okay. Pardon?
I'll come back to you. I'll take your question. Please.
Okay. Once the process is complete, somebody mentioned here a single window clearance is where you put everything in a single place. This is what we have done, where the access is given to various departments which give NOC, could be fire department, could be highways department, depending on what the size of the project is. Once the drawing is in principle approved by the development authority or municipalities, notification goes to the NOC agencies. They can access the drawing and relevant application and give an approval. So the applicant need not run to different departments for NOCs. This is what we have now started implementing, and this should be the process in the near future.
He was asking about the GIS longitude and latitude to be placed. Say, for example, even for any land document verification, we ask for the patta. So the patta has got a particular FMB sketch. That FMB sketch, as far as our experience, the government or the particular planning department asking the client to get a certification of that particular patta, which is an extract from the government department only, which is to be signed by the deputy tahsildar level or tahsildar level. In some state there is in practice. Now we are trying to say which is not required. Your particular planning department can access the server of the particular land records to verify the particular FMB sketches. That is what he is trying to express.
Then what we have introduced, the next level is the field staff doing inspection at sites can use mobile devices to record any deviations from the approved values and notify a chain of reaction, could be a stop work or demolition notice or whatever. So this is the follow-up on approvals. In short, the benefits. Benefits. So it's a system of secure system of processing, reduction of time taken, uniform interpretation of the bylaws by planners or the approving authorities, and no human intervention during approval process. From the time the drawing is submitted to the generation of compliance report, it's all automated. There is no human intervention. Okay. So with this, I come to the PowerPoint, end of PowerPoint presentation.
Are you going to show a movie?
Yeah.
Yeah. The smart DCR helps you in two ways, for the client as well as for the planning department. See, now generally every planning department, whenever a client submits for his particular proposed building approval, he submits along with his architect's drawing, taken an ammonia print of 5 prints, or recently it can be placed by online, and then along with the documents. So the particular planners are trying to verify the documents for the ownership approval, for the ownership verification by the encumbrance certificate and other thing. So that is going to take equal time, and the drawing verification, and then after doing the both verification only, the client is getting notified that what is wrong in his plan or what is a requirement on legal documents. But currently through Smart DCR, the planning department as well as the user can pre-check the drawing, whether it's according, for example, if you are trying to do this law meridian as a example as a building, this requires a particular extent of land. The extent of land may be 50 square meter less or 500 square meter less. But without knowing that, my own fellowship probably doing the drawing as architects, and the client will also insist to submit the drawing and verify with the government. So this thing can be avoided by a pre-check. The Smart DCR in a highest amount, it helps the authorities time by not going through the legal document as well as the drawing. Initially you can go through the drawing whether this particular land size is fit enough for the particular building, and any bylaws are not to the acceptation of the planning department, it can be rejected initially, or it can be asked to resubmit with the particular bylaw changes. I mean, the drawing has to be compared to the particular bylaws.
So we have a short movie of the whole process which will take you through the entire cycle of building plan scrutiny process.
Here you can see in two ways. One is as a user he is submitting as from his architect office, the client is submitting through, and then how the authorities are checking that. Both the things you will see it. So smart people, kindly listen to Smart DCR, please.
So once you log in as an architect, you will see what the current status of all your applications. Then you can start a new submission, pick the country, state or whatever.
Most of our bylaws are the same, and throughout the European, and we have been ruled by them, and mostly 80% of the bylaws are same. Only 20% adoption is to be changed from place to place. This is our larger experience we have come across.
So the applicant gives the basic inputs of the property and the property details, and picks the drawing for submission, and once the drawing is uploaded, it gives a unique reference number, and with that the client end is over, the server end takes over, and first it cleans up the drawing, and the pre-check, it checks the drawing entities for various parameters, overlapping text, line compliance, color compliance. Once all the pre-check process is over, it starts extracting data from the submitted drawing.
Now it's happening. Floor-wise it's happening now.
It checks for setbacks,
height of the building, parking regulations, habitual areas, sectional heights, based on your FSI.
and converts the drawing into a PDF format, so the during scrutiny time, drawing is not getting edited inadvertently. And reports are also generated. Then notification goes to the scrutiny officer. He can log in and view the files allocated to him. He can check the reports first. Then if required, normally they check the drawing, otherwise the reports alone are enough. And the report covers every single parameter which is in the bylaws. In terms of values which are min and max, if the drawing's value is within those limits, it's compliant, otherwise it's non-compliant. That's all the report says, and it helps take a decision on the approval process.
This particular Smart DCR, for you to understand quickly, it checks even a staircase riser and the tread, and the handrail height, and the sizes of the toilet, what is the ventilation required, what is the habitual room, how many square feet, for example, if it is for a hospital, for a 15-bed car parking is needed, non-bedded area for every 100 square meter, what is the car parking required, what is the visitor car parking required. It will scan through everything and give you the result. It can be connected to GIS also.
Then once the approval is over, it goes into the architect's notification, and they start paying the scrutiny fee. It's linked to the payment gateway. And once the scrutiny fee is complete, you can start the NOC process. where the basic input, what you submitted, is taken in for the NOC applications, and depending on the project size, the NOC departments are listed. In this example, we are doing a fire submission.
The fire brigade watches through a 7.2 meter of drive length inside to put off a fire, or the arm length to be of 50 meter last from the site boundary. All those, that is the only area that fire department.
So they get a notification, and on the notification they can log in and see the drawing and approve it. You don't, applicant need not run around with the fire brigade clearance applications to the physical office.
Last time this was been placed with Urban Ministry, and this has been recommended to various usage of various municipalities and corporations and authorities.
So next time the architect logs into NOC, the fire department will not be there once the approval is given. So this is a simple way of getting NOCs from a central server location. With this, we come to the end of the presentation.
And the architect also get the notification that in which the non-compliant area, Giri, we just missed that. In non-compliant area, it will refer to the architect back to his mail saying that based on these bylaw numbers, these sections, you have been not adopted to the particular compliance. That will be also referred to the architect so that let him not search through a bigger A0 size drawing to verify where he went wrong. This particular smart DCR product will hatch that particular deviated area and refer to the architect and to the client to understand and come back with a revised drawing.
We have a detailed demo in the stall. Anybody interested can come and have a look at a detailed live demonstration of this same product.
Yeah. And
thank you.
At this junction, I appreciate the smart people who are present in the morning and who are left already. And I appreciate the smartest people who are here to listen to us and carry this message to your particular state and region. And I would request Vikas, he is our local representative in Delhi, and Tripathi is here. I would request you to distribute this to everybody and kindly carry this smart DCR and become more smarter, sir. Thank you, sir.